In this video, we will learn about 9 acid-forming foods that we should try to avoid in order to create a healthy environment in our bodies that naturally protects against cancer and other diseases. But first, let's quickly review why maintaining a healthy pH balance is so important. The pH of the human body is crucial because different pH levels can either promote or inhibit the growth of diseases. Our blood typically maintains a pH between 7.35 and 7.4, which is slightly alkaline. However, when the pH at the cellular level drops to around 5.5, it creates an environment where diseases like yeast, fungi, and cancer can thrive. By understanding which foods can cause an acidic environment in the body, we can make better choices to support our health and prevent the development of disease. To conquer cancer, we recommend a diet that's highly alkalizing, which can help create a less favorable environment for cancer cells. We also suggest techniques to oxygenate the body, as increased oxygen levels can further inhibit cancer growth. Additionally, reducing the intake of glucose and sugars is crucial, as cancer cells rely on sugar as a primary energy source. We'll delve deeper into these strategies in the next video, where we'll explore practical ways to implement these changes and support your body's natural defenses against cancer. We will now dive straight into the 9 acid-forming foods we should avoid. But first, let's clarify what we mean by acid-forming foods. Acid-forming foods are those that, when metabolized, produce acids in the body. These foods are high in acid-forming minerals, such as phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine. When consumed in excess, they can lead to an acidic environment in the body, which may contribute to various health issues. Understanding which foods are rich in these minerals can help us make better dietary choices to maintain a more balanced pH in our bodies. Number 1. Red meat and processed meat. Red meat and processed meat are among the most common acidic foods in the Western diet. Red meat is particularly high in protein and phosphorus, both of which contribute to increasing the amount of acid in the body. Consuming these meats regularly can lead to a more acidic environment in the body, which may have negative effects on overall health. Reducing the intake of these foods can be a beneficial step towards maintaining a healthier, more balanced pH level in the body. Number 2. Wheat. The hybridization of wheat has resulted in a significant increase in acid-forming minerals. Wheat is a staple in many diets, making this an important issue to understand. The original wheat, called einkorn or einen corn, had a fragile protein or gluten structure. A couple of thousand years ago, einkorn naturally hybridized with field grass, resulting in emmer wheat. Emmer had a somewhat more robust gluten structure, yet it was still relatively fragile. In the 1950s, emmer wheat underwent intensive crossbreeding, leading to the hybridized wheat we know today. This process created a highly complex gluten or protein structure, which is difficult for most people to digest. This complex structure can only be broken down by a very strong digestive system, which explains why so many people today suffer from gluten intolerance. By the 1990s, hybridized wheat had become ubiquitous in foods like pasta, pizza, biscuits, cakes, cookies, donuts, cereals, and bread. Farmers favor this wheat because it produces 6 times more grain per acre, helping address global starvation issues. However, safety studies on this hybridized wheat were never conducted. The prevalence of gluten intolerance today, often manifesting as brain fog and bloating, can be attributed to the complex protein structure of hybridized wheat. Understanding the history and impact of wheat hybridization can help us make more informed dietary choices and potentially reduce the consumption of foods that contribute to an acidic body environment. Number 3. Caffeine foods. All caffeine-containing foods and drinks have an acidic effect on the body. An imbalanced diet that is high in acidic foods, such as animal protein, caffeine, and processed foods, can strain the body's systems as they work to maintain pH neutrality. This extra effort to buffer the acids can deplete the body of essential alkaline minerals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. When these minerals are depleted, the body becomes more susceptible to chronic and degenerative diseases. Therefore, it's important to consume these acidic foods and drinks in moderation. Additionally, caffeine is often accompanied by sugar, which further increases the body's acid load and exacerbates the negative effects. Reducing the intake of caffeine and sugary foods can help preserve the body's alkaline mineral reserves and support overall health. Number 4. Refined sugar. Sugar, while pH neutral at a pH of 7, is considered acid-forming due to its impact on the body's pH balance during metabolism. When sugar is consumed, it is metabolized primarily by the liver, producing acidic byproducts like lactic acid and acetic acid, which increase the body's overall acid load. Furthermore, sugar metabolism depletes essential alkaline minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and potassium, minerals that are crucial for buffering and neutralizing acids in the body. High sugar intake also triggers the release of insulin, which can lead to the excretion of these minerals through urine, further contributing to an acidic environment. Sugar also disrupts the gut microbiome by promoting the growth of acid-producing bacteria, adding to the body's acid burden. Additionally, the inflammation induced by sugar consumption generates acidic byproducts, exacerbating the overall acidity within the body. Thus, while sugar itself is not acidic, its effects on the body make it an acid-forming food, highlighting the importance of moderating sugar intake to maintain a balanced pH and overall health. Number 5. Aged cheese. The blue in blue vein cheese is caused by mold, specifically a type of penicillium mold. While these molds are safe to eat and contribute to the unique flavor and texture of blue cheese, it does make blue cheese fall into the category of foods that can be more acidic. Generally, dairy products are considered acid-forming foods. This classification is based on the concept of potential renal acid load, PRAL, which measures the acid or alkaline effect of food on the body after digestion and metabolism. Foods that are high in protein and phosphorus, like many dairy products, tend to be acid-forming. When these foods are metabolized, they produce acidic compounds that the body must neutralize or excrete, often increasing the acid load on the kidneys. Here's how common dairy products are classified in terms of their acid-forming potential. Milk, slightly acid-forming. Cheese, moderately to strongly acid-forming, depending on the type. For example, blue cheese, aged cheese. Yogurt, slightly acid-forming. It's worth noting that the fresh cheeses, such as cottage cheese and ricotta, tend to have a more neutral pH, closer to 7, but they still generally fall into the category of acid-forming foods, particularly when they come from cows that may have been exposed to chemicals or improper feeding practices. The acid-forming or alkaline-forming properties of food don't necessarily reflect their overall health benefits or drawbacks. A balanced diet that includes both acid-forming and alkaline-forming foods is generally recommended for maintaining overall health. Number 6. Alcohol. Alcohol and tobacco, though not foods, both create an acidic environment in the body. When alcohol is consumed, it breaks down into acetaldehyde, a neurotoxin that can harm the brain. Similarly, tobacco use also contributes to acidity in the body. However, it's not necessary to eliminate all acid-forming foods to maintain a healthy pH balance. The key is moderation. To maintain an optimal pH environment of around 6.5, it's recommended to consume a diet where 20% of your intake consists of acid-forming foods, while 70 to 80% consists of alkaline-forming foods. This balance helps support overall health without needing to completely avoid certain foods or beverages. Number 7. Grains. Grains can vary widely in their impact on the body's pH balance. While some grains are more alkaline-forming, many are acid-forming. Here's a general overview. Acid-forming grains. Most common grains, such as wheat, rice, oats, and barley, are considered acid-forming. This is due to their high content of protein and phosphorus, which can contribute to an acidic environment in the body after digestion and metabolism. Alkaline-forming grains. There are some grains that are considered more alkaline-forming. Examples include quinoa, often classified as an alkaline-forming grain due to its nutrient profile. Amaranth, known for its high protein content and alkaline-forming properties. Millet, generally considered to have an alkaline effect on the body. Including a variety of these more alkaline-forming grains can help balance your diet and support a healthier pH environment in the body. Number 8. Legumes. When considering legumes and their impact on the body's pH balance, it's important to note that most legumes are generally considered acid-forming due to their high protein and mineral content. However, there are a few legumes that are more neutral or even alkaline-forming compared to others. Acid-forming legumes. Chickpeas typically have an acid-forming effect. Kidney beans, often classified as acid-forming. Pinto beans, usually considered acid-forming. Black beans also fall into the acid-forming category. More neutral or alkaline-forming legumes. Lentils, known for being less acid-forming compared to many other legumes. Soybeans, generally considered to have a more neutral to alkaline effect on the body. While lentils and soybeans are somewhat less acid-forming, it's still beneficial to balance them with more alkaline-forming foods in your diet. This can help maintain an overall balanced pH environment in your body. Number 9. Nuts. Nuts vary in their impact on the body's pH balance. Here's a breakdown of nuts and their general acid-forming or alkaline-forming effects. Acid-forming nuts. Walnuts, considered acid-forming. Cashews, typically have an acid-forming effect. Pistachios, often classified as acid-forming. Peanuts, also fall into the acid-forming category. More neutral or alkaline-forming nuts. Almonds, generally considered more alkaline-forming. Brazil nuts also have a more alkaline effect compared to other nuts. Including almonds and Brazil nuts in your diet can help counterbalance the acid-forming effects of other nuts. As always, maintaining a varied diet with a mix of alkaline-forming foods can support overall health and pH balance. If you found this video helpful, please support us by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. It can make a positive impact on their lifestyle too. We'd love to hear about your experiences, successes, and any tips you discover. So please share them in the comments section below.